Welcome back, everyone, to more career mode gameplay of NASCAR 21 Ignition. Today we'll be headed to Talladega, but I've also determined that today will be our final race, at least for a period of time. So we've come back after another hiatus for a week or two while we waited for another update. And that update didn't bring us specific updates to the AI with regards to their general overall behavior, but I wanted to give it a shot anyway because as much as possible, I would like to be working through this series in the game, but at this point, I've seen enough to really understand and realize that it's just not going to happen as the AI are currently. There are a few tracks, as we've seen, such as the shorter tracks tend to give us a little bit better option, but while Phoenix was really good, comparatively speaking, well, that's about it. And I was really hoping that we could have some really good racing at Richmond since it's a shorter track, but just didn't happen. So this will be our final event, and I'm simply going to wait out the next patch. I have no idea when that will be. I've heard absolutely no news regarding that whatsoever, but until we get another patch that significantly updates the AI and their general behavior, their aggressiveness, the general ways that they race, there's really no point in moving forward in this game because it's just simply not fun for me. The fun I have in this game is based around racing with the AI, and right now, all we're essentially trying to do is avoid them at all costs. And, well, that's not fun for any length of time. So today's race will be our final race for a period of time, and whether that's a few days, a few weeks, a few months, I have absolutely no idea. I'll try to keep my ears open for any news on potential updates that might affect the AI, but at this point, I really have no idea how long it'll be before we get back to this series. So let's just go ahead and take a quick look at the calendar, and I'm going to actually swap it over to May since that's primarily where the next races will be. So we're going to finish up today at Talladega, and then after this, we go to Kansas, which is an amazing track and should provide great racing. So I hate to ruin it with the way the AI currently race. Then it's off to Darlington, where we have a lot of history. If you haven't seen the gameplay I did at Darlington back pre-release, then I highly recommend it. It'll give you a great idea of some of the ups and downs, mostly downs, with the AI. Then it's off to Dover, another fantastic track. And then we're out to Texas for COTA, Circuit of the Americas. And that is an amazing track, which I've actually never turned any laps at. So I need to turn some laps there just to see how that goes. And then finally down to Charlotte and what would be the Coke 600. So that's what's coming up if and when we can ever get back to the racing. But for now, we're headed to Talladega.
Coming to green here. Coming to green here. Coming to green here.
Thought our spar was going to get stuck there for a minute. Come into green here. Come into green here. All right, this time we get dropped in third gear, so we do have to actually drop it into fourth real quick. All right, so everything's going to get all spread out. So let's see if we can make up some time here before that happens, because everybody, you can see, I mean, it's already happening.
Stay right, stay right. All right,
everybody's just dropping to the bottom.
Top. Clear all around, clear all around.
All right, let's go. You guys stay together if you can. I really need you guys to stay together and keep the pack together, at least until I can get up there, because I do not want to get stuck with this back pack, which will mean that essentially we'll be running by ourselves.
Three wide, two down there.
Count, we had a big issue coming through there. Somebody lifted big time. Okay.
Three wide, two down there.
Woo. The 4 car really wanted to get in front of me.
Three wide, two down there.
All right, let's go 4 car.
Three wide, two down there.
Just whatever you do, don't lift.
Two inside.
That's all I ask.
Three wide, you're up top. 3 wide,
Ouch.
2 down there.
We're getting banged around quite a bit here.
3 wide, 2 down there. 3 wide, 2 down there.
All right, I
3
really don't
wide,
want
2
to go
down there.
4
2
wide
inside, you're 3
here, but I
wide.
am enjoying the pack
2
racing.
inside, you're 3 wide. 3 wide, 2 down there.
Oh, there we go. There was the lift.
2 inside, you're 3 wide.
He came way back out of the
3
gas,
wide,
which,
2 down there.
oh, hello.
3 wide, you're up top. 3 wide, you're up top. 2 inside, you're 3 wide.
All right, let's see if we can get, do we have anybody back behind us?
2 inside, you're 3 wide. 3 wide, you're up top. 2 inside, you're 3
I don't even
wide.
know if, I don't think we're 3 wide at this point. I
inside,
think we're
you're 3
probably
wide.
at least 4.
2 inside, you're 3 wide. 2 inside, you're
He's
3
saying
wide.
3 wide,
2
though.
inside, you're 3 wide.
But I really don't want
2
to come down the
inside, you're
track
3 wide.
because I
3
fear
wide,
that
you're
3
up top.
wide is the max he can go, and we're
2
probably at
inside,
least
you're
4.
3 wide. 2 inside, you're 3
So as
wide.
long as we can get some sort of a
wide, you're up
draft
top.
up here, we should be fine,
2 inside, you're 3 wide.
at least for the
3
time
wide,
being.
you're up top.
Okay, here we go.
3 wide,
Got a little
you're
bit of
up top.
momentum there, mostly because I believe they're
3 wide,
lifting.
you're up top. 3 wide, you're up top.
Ooh,
2
the 24
inside, you're
got
3
punted
wide.
right there.
2 inside,
gotta love
you're
that.
3 wide. 3 wide, 2 down there. 3 wide, you're up
All right,
top.
let's try to sneak back in
3
here a little
wide,
bit
you're up top.
to the
3
draft.
wide, you're up top. 3
Oh,
wide,
easy
you're
there,
up top.
Logano.
3 wide, you're up top. Stay right.
Ouch.
Stay right.
Yeah, I
1
mean, they're
down
just
low.
running over
3
each
wide,
other.
2 down there. Still there. 2 inside, you're
So,
3
ouch.
wide. Clear all around.
They just
3
ran
wide,
me
you're
over
up
right
top.
there.
3 wide, you're up top.
Okay, now we're just trying to
3
survive.
wide, you're
Let's
up
go,
top.
Logano.
2
Give him some
inside,
love
you're
taps.
3 wide.
Oh.
3 wide, you're up top. 1 left, 1 left.
Oh,
3
this is
wide,
about
you're
to be
up top.
bad.
Low. Still there.
Because they are
3
just
wide, 2 down
hammering
there.
off of each other.
2 inside, you're 3
Me
wide.
included.
Still there. 2 inside, you're 3 wide.
So I'm
All
trying to
clear.
draft with
3
Logano
wide,
and
2
get us
down there.
further forward, but I'm not sure it's going to work. But if we could just get these guys to play
1
nice
left,
a little bit.
1 left, 3 wide, 2 down there.
All right, so
Stay
I'm trying to
high.
shove
Still
Logano
next to you.
forward,
3 wide,
and it's
2
just
down
not
there.
working.
Clear, clear, clear. 2 inside, you're 3 wide.
But at least we're all still in one
3
pack.
wide,
I'll
you're up
take
top.
that. All right, Logano, let's go.
3 wide, you're up top.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, this can't work.
Middle of 3.
Oh, middle of 3 is not where I want to be.
Middle of 3. Stay right. 3
Oh,
wide,
there
you're
we
up
went.
top.
Yep.
Clear all around.
You knew that was coming. Okay. So that was one shot at it. That
Clear, clear,
is
clear.
a
Clear,
lot of
clear,
aggressive
clear.
contact. Let's try that again and see if we can make it a little bit longer into the race. All right, let's see if we can get it a little bit better this time around. Okay, can we be a little closer to the rest of the guys? Can we do that? Yikes. See, it always scares me when they drop me back this far. All right, I'm going to
Stay
need...
right.
We need to get going here. That was a terrible start.
Still next to you. Still next to you.
All
Clear,
right, so we got to
clear.
catch up. We got a little catching up to do here. And I really want the pack to stay together, but maybe not as close together as we were
Got
last
one
time
left.
because we got put in the middle of
Low.
3 wide, and I knew it was
Clear all around.
done at
Clear
that
all
point.
around.
You could see in front of us, we were all smashed in there together, and there was just nowhere to go. It was just only a matter of time before
3
there was a
wide,
big
you're up
wreck.
top.
Because they can
Got 1
bang
left,
on
3
each
wide,
other
you're up
and
top.
not wreck.
Got 1 low.
Because,
2
well,
inside,
they're
you're
the
3
AI.
wide. Clear, clear.
But
2
there's
inside,
only so
you're
much
3
they
wide.
can bang on me
Got 1
before
left,
I'm going to
3
lose
wide,
control
2
of the
down
car,
there,
and we're
1
going to
down low. 3
have
wide,
happen
2 down
exactly
there.
what
Clear,
happened.
Clear, clear. 3 wide, you're up top.
Ooh, 3 wide. So we went from clear, 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 3 wide. And I don't think that's the way it happened on the track. All right, ouch. Again, these guys just don't even seem to realize I'm here, or care, for that matter, as we've seen how they beat and bang
Got
on
1
each other.
left. All clear.
All right, so running this second lane, just, I mean, you can see how they're just, I mean, it's ping pong balls off of each other up there. And there's just no way you're going to survive
2
that long
inside, you're
term.
3 wide. 2 inside, you're
So I'm
3
gonna try to
wide.
go around
2
it.
inside, you're 3 wide.
See if we can keep up enough momentum,
3 wide, you're up top.
and keep enough speed in the draft, get enough of the draft anyway.
3 wide, you're up top. 3
To
wide,
stay
you're
in
up
there.
top. 2 inside, you're 3 wide. Stay right. 2 inside, you're 3 wide. 1 down low. Still there. 3 wide, 2 down there.
All right, yeah, we're definitely losing steam now.
Clear,
We're going to
clear,
need some
clear.
help from the
Got
draft.
1 left. All clear.
There we go.
3 wide, 2 down there.
Get a little bit of speed
3
from the
wide, 2
draft,
down there.
and I mean these guys do
3
lift
wide, you're up
quite a
top.
bit when they're not beating and banging
3
off
wide,
each
2
other.
down there.
So let's try to
Got
make
1
some
left,
passes.
2
Oh, there's the
inside,
24
you're 3
car.
wide. Clear, clear. 2 inside.
Once again, we
you're
saw
3
him
wide.
get smashed last time. Ouch.
3 wide, 2
Ouch,
down
ouch,
there.
ouch.
3 wide, 2 down there. 2 inside, you're 3 wide. Stay right, stay right. 3 wide, 2 down there. Clear, clear, clear. 2 inside, you're 3 wide. 2 inside, you're 3 wide. You're up top. 3 wide, you're up top.
This is where our spotter just really
3 wide,
enjoys
you're up
himself
top.
here.
3 wide, you're up top.
Woo.
Got 1 left. 2 inside, you're 3 wide. All right, keep it high. Still there. 3 wide, 2 down there. Still next to you. 2 inside, you're 3 wide. Clear,
All right, I notice
clear.
there's a
3
pack, a
wide,
small
you're up
group
top. 3 wide,
that
you're up
has
2
broken
inside, you're
out
3 wide.
from this
3
bunch,
wide,
so
2 down there.
I
3
really
wide,
want to
2
get
down there.
there
3 wide, 2 down there. 3
if I
wide, 2
can.
down there.
As much as
3
I
wide,
love
you're
the
up
3
top.
wide, the way they race 3 wide
you're
is
up
just,
3 wide,
I mean, it's
2
just
down
not going to
there.
work.
2 inside, you're 3 wide. 3 wide, 2 down there. 3 wide, you're up
A
top.
nice pull from the 42 there.
2
That was,
inside, you're
that was
3 wide.
really
2
good.
inside, you're 3 wide. 2 inside, you're 3 wide. 3 wide, you're up top.
But you can
3
see
wide, you're
we've
up
stalled
top.
out.
2 inside,
I don't have
you're
any
3
help
wide.
behind
2
me.
inside, you're 3 wide. 3 wide,
So we're kind
you're
of
up
stuck
top.
out here
3 wide,
until
2
somebody
down there.
jumps out, like this 34
2
car.
inside, you're 3 wide. 3
I'm
wide,
going to try
2
to
down
squeeze
there.
between him and the wall. And then get back down the track a little bit here. I think we're clear. All right, there we go. So we're out of the chaos for at least a minute. And we are pulling these guys quite fast. All right, I got to get way on the brakes here. And I'm going to try to get down in here with them. Let's see if this works.
Got 1 right. 2 on the outside. You're 3. Clear,
Ooh,
clear.
okay, maybe
clear.
not.
3 wide. You got 2 up top. 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 Car right. Still next to you. Still
All right,
next
this is
to
not
you.
the car I want to be behind, I can tell you
All right,
that.
hold your line. 3 wide. 2 outside.
Oof. All this
All
beating
clear.
and banging off
3
each
wide,
other.
2 outside. 3
Now
wide,
I'm glad
2
I'm on the
outside.
far
2 on the
inside.
outside. You're 3.
You don't want to be in the
2
middle
on
of
the
this. You just want to
outside,
be
you're
on the
3.
far inside or
3
outside.
wide. 2 outside.
So at least maybe you've got an
3
escape
wide.
road.
2 outside.
All right, now just give me a little room
Good
down here.
progress so far. Let's keep moving forward.
Just
3
give me some
wide, you
room,
got 2 up
please.
top. 3 wide, you got 2 up top.
Forget the double yellow line. This is survival.
Car right.
Okay,
Still
where
there.
is everybody? Let's try to look behind us.
All clear.
Okay, so we're
All
pulling
clear.
away from them. Let's see if the 33 can drop in behind us, because we're about 3 seconds behind that group in front of us, which is a pretty small group. You can see we're just inside the top 10, and they appear to be racing pretty hard. Unfortunately, I noticed that the 33 and anybody else behind us is losing speed to us, so that's not good. Let's see. Meantime, let's see. What are the guys in front? Oh, they're down to 2.5 seconds. Okay, I like it. One thing I know for sure is I cannot be looking behind me. That's what I need that mirror for, which unfortunately doesn't do us a whole lot of good in its current configuration and setup. Trying to catch a little bit of a draft. These guys seem to be all over the place behind me. All right, here he comes. That's what I like to see. All right, Custer, give us a push. You can see we're getting down close to 2 seconds. Unfortunately, though, it appears as though this group is only 3 cars. So there is another small group out there somewhere with the leader in it. We got some speed right now. I have no idea how fast we're going. I would actually like to know. but I do not want to switch views to an outside view in order to find out. Okay, they've gotten back in line now. There's 3 and about to be 4 cars in that group. Somehow I have lost my drafting help from behind. Oh, look out.
Got 1 left, 2 inside, you're 3 wide. Clear, clear, clear.
We are not clear. There's no way.
Got 1 left.
Oh, I was hoping to be able to clear
Still in,
Logano.
we got the speed. Now get after them. 1 left, 1 left. Stay high. Clear, clear, clear.
All right, come on,
Stay
Logano.
right.
Pull
Got
back
good
by me
progress
so I can
far.
hop in
Let's
behind
keep moving
you.
forward. Still there. Clear, clear, clear. Got 1 left. We've got the speed. Now
Well,
get
that
after
is
them.
not what I wanted.
Solidly in the top 10 now. Keep this pace. Keep focused. Keep focused here. Still a few more out front. Low.
Our teammate,
All
of
right,
course,
hold
is
your
not
line.
going to go with us. Not that I would expect him to.
Clear all
All
around.
right, hurry up and get in front of me, teammate. Okay, we need to start moving back forward.
Only a
All
few
right,
laps
so let's
till
start
we pit.
making some speed and making some passes. I would like to think that I could just push Logano forward and we could make speed that way, but I don't think it's going to work that easy.
Got 1 right. Got 1 right. Clear, clear, clear.
Now, he
Clear,
didn't want any
clear,
part of
clear.
me
Stay
pushing and
left.
shoving on him.
All right, top 5.
Just moved
Here
him
we
up
go.
out of the way.
Still next to you. All clear. Stay left. Stay left. Stay left.
All right, let's see if these guys can tag along with me from behind. Okay, we are now 10 seconds behind. Yikes. And that appears to be the lead group. So there's, what does that mean? That gives them 4 cars in that lead group. Now we
Only a
should,
few laps till we pit.
oh, we're back to the 5 laps till we pit, okay. So we got 28 laps here in the race. We are getting close to halfway. Now, if these guys behind me could all tag along, looks like Brad is tagging along, but behind that, Logano's not quite where he needs to be, and then, of course, nobody behind that is as well. But Brad is sticking right with me. Meanwhile, we're catching these guys in front of us. They're now about 8.5 seconds.
All right, be ready. Hitting pit road in a few laps.
So we're ignoring the pit road message and hoping we don't run out of fuel. We shouldn't, but just in case there's some issue, I know that is a common issue to hear, the spotter constantly telling you that you're about to run out of fuel. So again, we're just going to ignore that. Oh wait, we're catching these guys way too quick. That is way too quick. We're now, okay, never mind, it's going back up now. All right, I think I know what it's doing there. I think it's tracking physical location rather than the shape of the track. So at certain portions of the track, we are actually closer to them because of the actual shape. So the game is not compensating for that. All right, I am extremely happy. These guys behind me have actually stuck in there with me. You can see Brad has been glued to my bumper the whole time. But Logano was a little over a second behind. Now he's catching up. Same thing with Alfredo, who apparently is glued to Logano. So that's only going to help our speed. Let's wait till we get to the start-finish line, and we'll see what kind of time we're looking at. Oh, it looks like the leaders have gotten... They've gotten taken apart because notice second place Tyler Reddick and third place Christopher Bell are a good ways away from each other on the track. Alright, so now we're actually trying to run down 2 guys. Alright, we're about 7.5 seconds behind right now. And I am hoping nobody pits. Nobody actually pits. So if I were working on a setup for this place, aside from just, trying to work through and find some speed, I would give this setup a little bit more feel in the wheel, because I don't have very much at all. That's why this thing sort of dances all over the track when I'm trying to go straight, is because there's just nothing there. It needs something. I've got some ideas on what it could be, but yeah, it needs some more feel. Because it is very hard to keep this thing straight, because any little minor movement of the wheel makes this thing move back and forth and sort of dance its way across the track. Of course, one thing you could do is slow down the steering. That would certainly help out. Alright, so we're still catching these guys, but not very quickly.
Pit road in a few laps.
We're at somewhere around 7 seconds still, a little bit over that. And we were at 7.5. So I'm not sure we're going to be able to catch these guys ultimately, because you notice that Logano and Dillon now have fallen back. So apparently they're racing each other. Meanwhile, Brad Keselowski is stuck right with us. He must want us to come to Roush Fenway next year. Maybe that's what it is. So yeah, a lot of work needs to be done. In all fairness though, it is extremely difficult to get AI to perform decently at a super speedway. It's very hard to do, because there are different behaviors that you want from them at different times. I mean, you want them to stay together in a big pack, that's for sure. But, getting 2 wide, 3 wide, and how close do they race to each other? Do they bump draft? Do they give each other room? Do they race differently at different times of the race? I mean, there's a lot of possibilities before you even think about getting into green flag pit stops or anything like that. So yeah, there's a lot. And it is hard to do.
We'll be pitting in about 5 laps.
But that notwithstanding, I still feel like the effort shown at Talladega and as well as Daytona in this game is sorely lacking. I feel like they could have at least done quite a bit better than this. Because, well, now you notice that Logano and LaJoie are now 4.5 seconds behind. They lost, I wasn't paying attention, but it was about 3 seconds in a lap or so. So I can only assume there was a lot of contact between them. So first things first with the AI, you got to calm them down. You have to give them some awareness of what's going on around them so that they can avoid contact.
We'll be pitting in about 5 laps.
The blocks they throw are extremely aggressive. They need to ease off the Logano training and calm that down a little bit. But yeah, at this point, we're not catching anybody anymore because it's just our 2 cars versus their 2 cars ahead of us. So we're not going anywhere. Now, I'm going to hang with this race. We've gone this long. We're going to finish this thing out, even though this is not fun for me. We're just out here running laps. But we're going to finish it off. And again, this will be our last video until, until such time that I can feel like they've released an update that could reasonably help the performance of the AI and thus my enjoyment of the game. Because what we've seen up until now just isn't going to cut it. I keep hoping nobody pits. That's my hope. Because if they pit, then that's obviously going to get us a great finish, but that's not what I want. my perfect combination
We got
for the
about 5
AI as
laps
far
of
as
fuel left.
behavior would be to have pack racing first and foremost. At the most, you might have 2 packs break out with a smaller pack in the rear, but still a good probably 25 cars in the main pack at least. And then maybe a smaller pack behind that. But it needs to be a constant flow of side-by-side to 3 wide, back to side-by-side, every once in a while getting spread out, single file for a little bit, that kind of thing. So a lot of ebb and flow to the race, just depending on the runs that you get. Different lines get some moment.
Got one right. Got
Oh,
one
he's
right.
trying to
Got
come
one
by
right.
us. Okay.
We got about 5 laps of fuel left. Still there.
All right, so if Brad
Still there.
Keselowski passes us on the outside, I'm just going to hand it to him, and then I will push him
Still
for the
there.
remainder of the race, because that is
Still there.
quite the move. He is right door to door with
Still
us.
next to you. Let's stay with it. Keep moving forward.
Let's see.
Still
Oh, look
next
at
to you.
that.
Still next to you.
I mean,
Still
all
there.
I'm doing is just holding it wide open. So if he
All right,
passes
top
us,
5. Here we go. Let's stay with it. Keep moving forward. All right, hold your line. Clear all around.
all right, he says clear. Did he actually fall in? Yeah, he did. I can see the corner of the car now. So he gave it a shot. All right, now let's hope we don't lose him. I was not expecting that attempt at a pass.
Last 5 laps. We'll be pitting in about 5 laps.
Yes, we will. That's one time I agree with you. If we got 5 laps, then we'll definitely be pitting after about 5 laps. Of course, we all know in our 2003, there was a lot you could do with the AI through the files. So you could do a lot for single player racing by adjusting various attributes throughout the game, from the strength of individual AI drivers and cars to the actual track file itself. The INI had a lot
We'll be pitting in about 5 laps.
of attributes
We'll be
that you
pitting in
could
about 5
play
laps.
around with in there, and goodness gracious, I spent so much time doing exactly that. And then most recently, iRacing had, for a brief period of time, some pretty good Daytona and Talladega AI. They've since lost it, and it's gone away from what it was. But for a brief period of time, they had it going pretty good. Again, it was decent. It's very hard to get right, and everybody's definition of what's right for this type of racing is going to be different. Because for me, these tracks are all about just fun. That's why, I see people coming
We got
out of
about
pit road.
5 laps of fuel left and 3 more.
All right, are these just lap cars? What do we got? Looks like just lap cars. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. So I'm going to keep the draft as long as I can. Let's see if he tries to block me. All right, thankfully no.
Got one left. Clear, clear.
All right, Brad. I hope I didn't lose Brad and all that. Okay, no, he's gotten by. Okay, I see more cars in front of us. Yep, here they come to pit road. And not gracefully either. I see there's a car almost stopped. Okay, what's happening? Are they actually pitting?
Okay, we have to pit next time by. Just a couple more here.
Okay. He's saying next time by. Well, I'm certainly not going to do that. So if we run out of gas for real, we're just going to run out of gas. Oh no. I don't know what's happening to the AI in front of us. But who is that? Is that Chase? Yes, that is Chase. And he slid way up the track. He's got damage. I'm not sure when that happened. So there could have been a big wreck. Remember, we have yellow flags turned off. There are no cautions. All right, we lost Brad. Somewhere in all of this, we lost Brad. He's now 2.5 seconds behind. So now the thing is, do we actually run out of fuel? I don't.
Okay, we have to pit next time by. Okay. We
Okay,
have to pit
apparently
next
not,
time
because
by.
I noticed we're still running third. So first and second have not pitted. Yeah, Brad's gone. Don't know what happened to Brad. I assume he got mixed up with Chase Elliott somehow. The AI, not quite sure how the drafting works. And sometimes they make drastic movements for no reason. Alright, so we did have a few cars. I'm going to assume they pitted for fuel in error, because you can see, well, in fact, there's another one pulling off right there. Could be for damage, I'm not sure. But either way, we, it looks like, are going to come home
All right, bring
in
it to
therd
us this
position.
time. Bring it to us
Not
this
exactly
time.
the most fun race and exciting race, but we finished. Just more than we can say here recently in some of these races. All right, so we got Kyle Busch winning, Tyler Reddick coming home in second. We finished third, and seriously? Okay, there we go. Now we got a few cars that are finally coming through. Yeah, that's a big mess. That is just a big mess. So we ended up, wow. Where was Brad? Brad at 11th? 32 seconds. Yeah, something big happened there, because he should have finished fourth right behind us. Okay, well, no need wasting a whole lot of time figuring out what kind of madness happened to the AI. There's plenty of that to go around, and that would keep you busy for quite a while. But that is going to do it for today, and as I mentioned, this will be our last race until whatever time I can determine that the next update has improved the AI. We'll give it a shot every time they do an update that includes the AI, and hopefully before too long we'll have something that is fun to race. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for joining me, and we'll be back at some point with more NASCAR 21 Ignition.